to At Home with Lucas. So today we're going to be talking about Cafe Bustelo. This is their espresso brick. Yes, people, this is literally a brick of coffee. I have never seen this thing in the wild. I've never consumed this before. I didn't really know it existed. I kind of did, but just never knew that this was still in existence. I thought this was like an old school way of buying coffee, and it was Dunsville. But no, it's not. I found it on Amazon. I bought a brick, and I may be buying a lot more, but we'll find out in this video. So in this video, we're going to be doing a hands-on with the brick. Then we're going to take that brick and we're going to throw it over to the Aeropress. Yes, people, super excited to put this to the test for this review. So we're going to load up the Aeropress with the espresso grounds. Then we're going to make a nice hot cup of coffee. What? Even though it says espresso, we're making a cup of coffee, people, because this guy, he's mad. After that, we're going to do my favorite part of this whole shebang. We're going to do the sip test. Yes, people, I absolutely love tasting new coffee. It gives me a thrill. It gives me a boost. I am all in on new. Yes. So after we do the taste test, we're gonna figure out, is this a daily, weekly, monthly, or never consumption coffee? It does happen, people, it does happen. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's take a look at this brick right quick. That rhymed. Cafe Bustelo, Boomski right on the front. Cafe Espresso Molido, I don't know if that's what I'm saying. Espresso ground coffee. This is a 10-ounce brick, people. That is no joke. All right. Interesting. Oh. Peso netto is net weight. Cool. Take a look at the side over here. Yep, they're telling you have to slice this with some scissors. You gotta sizz it. All right, vacuum packed, of course. This is literally a brick. It could become a lethal weapon. I love Cafe Bustelo. I do. I would say yes. Miami, Florida, what? I know some people down there. All right, that is not in our native tongue there. There we go. Nice, a little bit about this coffee. Cool. Check the best by date. Oh, wow, this is gonna last longer than most coffee. Wow, so this is what you buy and you throw in your bunker. You buy like 100 of these. You could probably sleep on them, make a bed. Very firm. All right, that is a good best by date. All right. I went quiet because I'm debating on whether I should cut this open here or in the kitchen. We're cutting it open here, people. All right, let's slice this open and take a look at these grounds. You can literally hear the air coming out of that. Wow, or going in it. Sorry, you could hear the air going in it. That is wild. Come on now. All right, let's brighten this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Wow, that is some finely ground espresso coffee. Ooh, that looks so yum. And it smells, the smell of it has a slight Folgers smell to it. And it definitely has like an old school coffee smell. Good. This is all good, people. It's a good smell. I'm not bashing it at all. Yeah, that smells very good, and it looks rich. It looks very solid in there. All right, coming up, we are gonna throw this into the Aeropress, and we are gonna do a nice espresso shot and put this coffee to the test. All right, let's get into this, people. We got our brick of coffee. Let's take a closer look at those grounds. Once again, looking beautiful. We have our Aeropress set up here. I am one to not use all of the tools or read all the instructions. So when I load up this Aeropress, I do it in my own way with my own water to coffee ratio. So it's going to be a little bit extreme, people. It's going to be a little bit extreme. All right, so we got one heaping scoop, and now we have a 3/4 full scoop. All right. Beautiful looking grounds, just beautiful. Of course, they are ground to espresso, and we filled it basically to the 1 mark, which is what they recommend. Okay, now you're going to want to heat your water to about 174, 175. That's optimal for Aeropress. All right, our water is heated. We are ready to pour. So the first pour, you're just going to soak all the grounds and make sure the water is covering all of them. Then you're going to want to swish it around like that, or use a utensil, which they do provide. But like I said, I don't use everything. You're going to want to wait about 30 seconds, people, and then you are good to go and pour the rest in. Look at that crema already building on top. That is impressive. I definitely like that a lot. Nice. That is just... See, the crema is actually a sign of healthy coffee. That's a sign of good coffee. All right, down the hatch we go. We are going to press this down. If you've never used an Aeropress before, it is a little bit difficult to push it down, especially depending on how much grounds you have in there. If you're doing about 3 tablespoons, you're going to be okay to push it down, but I sometimes load it up with 4 or 5, and it just becomes a chore to squish that down. All right, let's take a look. Nice. That is very, very nice. You definitely want a mug that looks as good as that one when you're doing a Aeropress. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter what it looks like. That is very nice. And I always like to squish every last drop out. I kind of think about, like, you know, when you're stepping on those grapes and you're making your grape juice. That's kind of how I think of this process right here. I squish it down and get every last drop of pure goodness. If you've never used an Aeropress, or you've never thought about buying one, it is a phenomenal tool. I absolutely love it for making coffee. All right, let's check the temperature. So you're going to want your temperature between 130 and 145. Anything over 145, it's going to possibly burn your tongue, and believe it or not, you will not taste all the flavor. So I drink my coffee at 132. That is optimal for flavor and goodness. Try this at home. Get out a meat thermometer, get out any kind of thermometer, throw it in your mug, and just see what you normally drink it at. If you're drinking it over 135, over 140, you're probably losing good flavor. All right, let's take a look at that puck right there, people. Look at that. That is what the Aeropress does. It makes an espresso-like puck that you normally would get out of an espresso machine. But here we go, taking a closer look at that. That is beautiful right there, people. Gorgeous. There we go. Get a little brighter, camera guy. Come on now. It is interesting how there's like a little swirl going through there. Huh. All right, coming up, my favorite part of this whole shebang, the sip test. All right, let's get into this sip test, people. I am so excited about this one. So the smell is very, very sweet, and it actually smells brewed up very much like it did in the bag. So it's got that interesting sort of like, I don't want to say like your grandma's coffee, but it definitely has an old school smell to it, if that makes any sense. And as you saw, I did not do any sort of measurements. I just willy-nilly threw in the grounds and then threw in the water up to the max fill on that Aeropress. So
This is a true experiment, first one-off. I may be considering myself a artiste in the abstract when it comes to making coffee in the Aeropress and the pour over. I am definitely a mad scientist without any sort of schooling. So let's get into this sip test, people. Wow. I almost feel like I just took a shot of something. Holy bejesus, that is powerful. Woo! I don't think I've had a cup of coffee hit me that hard in quite some time. And it's very interesting because it's only on the tongue and the roof of the mouth. The cheeks, the behind the teeth, nothing got hit, just straight down the tongue and the roof of the mouth. That was a very, very interesting sip. Wow. Okay. All right. We got some flavor notes. We got a lot of flavor notes going on here. Wow. That is very, very interesting. It's definitely sweet. It's definitely earthy. It's smoky. It has a little twinge of this is not top-notch coffee, just a tiny bit. But that also probably comes with the packaging, the grinding, all that being done in the past. I'm sure this was mass produced. But the flavor is huge. This is huge flavor, small price tag. And that's really what you want when you buy a cheaper bag of coffee. Now, I'm not saying that this bag for the dollar per ounce is cheap. Well, maybe I am. It's 10 ounces and I think I paid like $3. So it is cheap. But the flavor is huge. Of course, I did it in the Aeropress, and I also did it with a really unknown amount of grounds per water. If I was guessing, I would say it'd be almost 2 ounces of grounds to maybe, I guess this cup, maybe 8 ounces of water. So, wow. Definitely exceeds my expectations. For the ease of it, you buy the brick, you cut it open, you pour it into something, you make coffee, and you're drinking it. For the ease of it, I give it 5 stars right off the bat. For the unexpected joy and punch of flavor, I give it 5 stars. So right there, we're already starting off at a good standing. Yeah, it's got a tiny bit of bitterness, very small. And of course that could come from the fact that I way messed up the ratio. But the sweetness is there, the punchiness, the demanding of your attention is there. I could definitely see you drinking this coffee with some kind of food of any kind. I don't think that this would be picky. I think you could pair this with pretty much anything. Man, I'm gonna give it a solid 4 3/4 star rating. I'm gonna say that this might need to be in its own category of pre-ground espresso coffee, but I'm gonna say that for the price, for the ease of use, and for that punchy flavor that you don't expect, I'm gonna say 4 3/4. This is such a good cup of coffee. I am just now, I'm 33 years old, I'm just now getting into Cafe Bustelo. Cafe Bustelo. And I feel like this coffee has been around forever and ever and ever, and yet it's something that I'm just now discovering and starting to really enjoy. I did their K-Cup review, and it actually, now that I think about it, there's definitely a uniform taste from one coffee to the next, from a coffee ground to a espresso ground. There's still a uniform flavor note, we'll say. Yeah, that is an enjoyable cup of coffee. Buy it. It's a brick, like I said, in the hands-on. You could sleep on it. You can make a bed. You could put it in your bunker. I'm sure this stuff will last you forever. This is truly enjoyable coffee without any sort of downfall. Like you're saving money and you're getting a huge hit of flavor. Yeah, buy it. Don't be afraid. Enjoy it. Comment down below.
All right, there you go. That's Cafe Bustelo. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely click that like button. And if you want to join the At Home with Lucas family, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos, and it's because of you guys I surpassed 1K. What? Monetized? Yes, people, on my way to 2K. I am so excited. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your pets, this guy's on YouTube and they should watch me. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.